Yo, 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 let's get the business.
Yo, 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 let's get the business. What's popping? What's crack-a-lacking with everybody out there? Y'all talk to me. Talk heavy. Yo, it's the show again. Talk heavy. Talk heavy with me on sports. I'm your host, Josh B, a.k.a. Cashmere Brown, a.k.a. Mr. Get the Chicken, a.k.a. Mr. Let's Get the Business. So, yo, tap into the clothing company. I told y'all once before, man. I'm not playing no games with you all. You want some top-notch quality, professional quality?
Wow.
Get your stitching situation together. Yeah. Hey, look, that's something I did the other night. Look at that. That fly poking right at you. Good quality. I got the links in the description, and the website will also be up very soon, so it'll be even more easily accessible. But yo, hey, y'all stay focused out there, man. Want to wish everybody a happy new year. I don't do the New Year's resolution thing. You know, I'm pretty clean cut about what I need to do as a person. But yo, I can promise you more creativity. I can promise you more dope content that you can build off of and that you can relate to. You know what I mean? I can promise you that most definitely. But yo, y'all stay locked in out there. You know, make good decisions out there. But yo, let's get the business. The Minnesota Vikings. They clinched the number one seed playoff spot in their division with the victory sitting at 14-2, and the Eagles being in that second slot in that division at 13-3. Sam Darnold, he threw for a whopping 377 passing yards against the Packers as he celebrated in the locker room with his teammates that I seen. It's always fun to watch that. Shout out to Sam Darnold, man. Coach O'Connell was admiring, loving the moment and just soaking it all up. Justin Jefferson, he showed up and showed out. Spectacular plays, one-handed catches and grabs, leadership as well. That's a nice wide receiver combo with him and Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, the first rounder from USC, he's pretty nice on that field too. He was making some nice catches, man, and the yards after the catch as well. So those two players, man, is what stood out. Of course, with the quarterback play with Sam Darnold. So yo, the Minnesota Vikings are here. What's popping, man? Who's seen that in the future? Get up in the chat and be real with it. Who's seen the Vikings emerge in the number one slot over the Philadelphia Eagles? Who's seen that coming? Not too many people, I don't believe. And they do have a nice rushing balance too with Aaron Jones because he's on my fantasy squad. Shout out to Aaron Jones. And matter of fact, hey, we took home a championship in this fantasy world just a night ago. Shout out to Laporte for the Detroit Lions. He came up big, man. We needed him to just in time. I celebrated, man. Ate me some chocolate chip cookies as soon as he made that catch. Yeah. Bring home the chicken. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. Here's a fun fact. Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, they're the only players that have went for 40 total touchdowns in 5 seasons. So, shout out to them QBs, man. Can't take nothing from them. And by the way, I know I look good in this pink, but usually when I wear pink, it's a symbol and a representation of the cancer awareness thing. You know what I mean? So shout out to the cancer victims. I have,
Ladies and gentlemen,
cancer victims in my family and friends, lost ones. So that's what I'm here to represent when you see me with the pink on. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, back to Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. Yeah, 40 total touchdowns in 5 seasons. Yo, and Rodgers in 20 seasons, 499 TD passes, 113 picks with a 65.1 passing completion percentage. So, hey, that bad man Aaron Rodgers, man. But it was hard to watch him play the other day, man. He wasn't playing well. Sometimes great ones don't play well, and he's one of those ones. He just wasn't playing very well. They got blown out. Better yet, and he should have already been out of the starting role as the quarterback. In my understanding, in my view, in my opinion, I feel like he should have been done out of there, and the other kids should have been in there. But yeah, the Buffalo Bills, they're a hot team though. I give them that. Buffalo Bills 40-8 over the New York Jets. The MVP race, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. I compared the two the other day. Me and Shorty sitting down, I was like, hey, who do you believe deserves the MVP? And she was rolling with Lamar Jackson off top, off Tiggity. And most of the categories, with statistic-wise, Lamar is winning in those. But I just want to get you all's opinion on you. Who you all got from Josh Allen, from the sensational play that he's made with the Buffalo Bills? And Josh Allen has took a big leap. I mean, he's been good pretty consistently, but I feel like this year has been even that much more consistent, and his team is doing well. But Lamar he's very consistent too. You know what I mean? And even more stats being put up, breaking rushing records, this, that, and the third. Still shaking them and baking them out of their cleats out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lamar, man. And speaking of QBs, Michael Vick began his coaching journey at Norfolk State University. A heartfelt message sent by Andy Reid to Michael Vick that pulled on the heartstrings, and it was so cool seeing the legendary coach care that much and touch base on his situation and wishing him well. I love it, man. It's all within the game. You know what I mean? The lovely game of football that we love and admire, and some feel like this is America's game. It's the game of football. People used to call baseball the American game. You know what I mean? So what do you feel like is America's sport? But yo, let's get to business. The Eagles beat up on the Dallas Cowboys 41-7 in an embarrassing fashion. No surprise there. Speaking of these running backs taking over the game this year and adding more value to the game of football that needs to be put on display and notice, Saquon Barkley had a field day this year. Over 2,000 yards rushing on the season. I believe it's 10 shy of the season record, rushing for 167, a $167 against Dallas, along with the former Heisman Trophy winner Devontae Smith made some big plays for Philadelphia too, as he usually does, with the speed and the ability to get out, make big plays, make big catches. He doesn't weigh a lot, but he don't need to. He's that athletic, man, and he's that dangerous out in the open field, especially if you get him one-on-one coverage. Man-to-man coverage, yeah, they're going over there. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, yo, let's get to business with this. Deion Sanders, he bought his Louis luggage with him to a higher level up in Boulder. He bought the program to a higher level of football, changing the program around, and nobody was even discussing or even heard of Colorado football before that. Because let's be real, I'm gonna keep it a thou with you. I didn't even realize Colorado had a football team before then. You know how some schools don't even have certain teams, certain sports? You know what I mean? I wasn't so sure if Colorado didn't even have a football team. So that's how much the trajectory and the perception of the program has turned around by Coach Prime. And yo, we coming. We here. I love it, man. But, so, to put a twist on things, what I'm trying to say is Jayden Daniels, add him to that parallel narrative for the Washington Commanders, the young quarterback, sensational rookie, number 2 in the draft, I believe, in the number 1 first round. And, yo, Jayden Daniels, superb play. He's been going off this year, and the Commanders weren't heard of before. The Washington Commanders weren't cracking like that. The level, he's brought it to a different level, and he had a big W again coming up this past Sunday. But yo, Kirk Cousins, he started off the season hot. See, after a big victory over the Cowboys, things went bad for Cousins. For the Atlanta Falcons. They lost 4 straight. He went without throwing a touchdown. gave up interceptions, 5.8% touchdown rate. That's not going to cut it, Kirk Cousins. And I didn't see that coming because I seen him swagging and surfing in that game beforehand. But what has transpired since then, his level of play has slumped. So therefore, we get to see Mike Penix Jr. get the start for Atlanta Falcons. First possession with him against the Commanders, he throws an interception though. But then he got to settle in a little bit this Sunday. He got settled in, and he started to get comfortable. Started to hit his slot, hit his targets a little bit better. He got his accuracy going. He does have accuracy capabilities, but he does get rid of the ball. Not much of holding the ball. Robinson, the running back, the do-it-all skill tailback from the University of Texas, he came to play. I like his skill. I like him. I like his abilities on the gridiron. I like his athleticism. And he deserves a lot of touches. He also got some acting roles off the field. He done clicked up with Matthew McConaughey. He's a super talented athlete. Massive acceleration and agility, speed, and quickness within his youth. I believe he ran one in for a score against Washington at the end of the first half. He's pretty fast. This offense looks different with the cousin swap with Michael Penix Jr. I think it's a little bit more quick and a little more shifty, in my opinion. The play calling, the playbook looks a little different with Penix Jr. being able to use the play action to bootleg out and get more mobile outside of the pocket. The rollout plays that he got, and what a showdown matchup this was between Atlanta and Washington. This was a good game. Atlanta, after a breakout 3rd and 11 catch run by London, which London has a tremendous amount of speed, and he runs crisp, sharp, good routes, great routes out there. They drove the ball down the field, ended up being 2nd and 26 after a bad snap on the goal line. The ball got snapped over Penix Jr.'s head. It was a disaster at that moment. But then a big-time play by Kyle Pitts kind of bailed him out a little bit. A post route for a touchdown, tied it up at 24. I just sit in astonishment. I was like, wow. Because after that big loss, that lost 26 yards, was like, whoa. And this is down to the nitty-gritty time of the game, is what I'm talking about. So then after Penix Jr. came and connected with Kyle, with Pitts on that post route. Y'all know what the post route is, you football people. He ran that post and connected with him, man. That was a nice throw, nice catch. After Daniels threw the ball very accurately to a receiver, he dropped the ball. It was right on the numbers. Slipped like bacon grease out of his hands. And me being a former receiver, because they used to call me Mr. Snaggums back in the day. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like somebody's old uncle that used to have it or something. You know what I mean? But when you see people just drop those passes, just when it's right there on the numbers, you got to appreciate these quarterbacks that are put it right on the number for you, bro. You got, come on, you got to show your appreciation and snag that thing. Bring it in, man. You know what I mean? That's how that's how I view the game. But, because Daniels is going to put it there. I'm liking what I see out of Daniels. The Falcons had a chance now, though, after they gave the ball up. And after a pass interference call on Daniels, they end up missing a 55-yard field goal, taking it into overtime. So Jayden Daniels took over in OT, though. I'm not going to hold you. Let's get the business on this. He was spectacular, making big plays with his legs. He's very quick. He doesn't weigh a lot. He's not very big, but he's shifty. He's athletic. He can make plays on the run. He can shake you. He can bake you. He can cook you. He can turn you into barbecue chicken out there in the open field if you don't get down in your proper tackling stance and do it right. He's gonna cook you, and I like that about Daniels and he doesn't get overzealous and he doesn't overdo it. He just let the game come to him, and that's how he makes his decisions, and that's how it's supposed to be. Not trying to do too much, but OT he went off. Down the field, man. He's always looking down the field too, as a quarterback. Head down the field. So a touchdown pass to tight end Zach Ertz, the number 2 overall pick. Daniels, the performer, the superstar, he took matters into his own hands, clinching a promising playoff slot with this game, 30-24 in overtime over the Atlanta Falcons. Game-winning drive by Washington. A 6th seed in that division, right underneath the Detroit Lions. So shout out to the Washington Commanders, man. I'm not a fan, yo, but I will give credit where it's due. They came up this year, and I like how they clinched that spot. That was nice with a young quarterback, proving they can do it with a young quarterback and the defense that they have. So, but that team that's assembled over there, it's pretty special to be able to do that with this being his first year at quarterback. The Las Vegas Raiders, Brock Bowers rookie record breaking for receptions. Just throw that out there. Baker Mayfield, he threw for a career high 5 touchdown passes. As he had a solid season. I'll give it to Baker Mayfield. Very solid season. Mike Evans still being his main target. You know what I mean? But on to some UK basketball. BBN. Let's get the business. CATS. I'm not gonna get into it right now. I'm not gonna do that to y'all right now. Happy New Year. Yo, but Kentucky Wildcats, 88-54. They roll over Brown University, packed arena and Rupp Arena. They had some time to reflect. I'll take the W. I'll take it. Lilly Jr. for Brown University has 16, which they were talking about him being the main focus at guard. He's a nice player, pretty athletic, pretty quick. Lewis had 15 for them, but on to us, the Kentucky Wildcats. Andrew Carr had 14 points, which I like to see that out of him. I like to see more out of Carr, but my standard is high, being one of those crazy Kentucky basketball delusional fans. But I see it in Carr, man. We need him to be a beast out there. We need the dog to come out of you, Carr. And I'll take 14 because the way our offense is designed, we have a nice balanced offense where the scoring is usually spread out amongst the players. So I'll take 14 out of Carl. I just want you to keep being aggressive, man, and focus down there in the paint. But Amari Williams, Qb Brea, and Otega Oweh, they all had 13 apiece. And like I said, to my point, all 3 of them had 13. He had 14. So that's 4 players spreading it all out like that. And then Butler and Robinson had 8 points and 6 points. Trent Noah came in and nailed a few triples off the bench. I like Trent when he comes in and splash those trays, and that's key. That is key. There's always roles on squads, especially championship teams. If he can come in and do what he do, yeah. Shout out to Trent Noah. Shout out to that Kentucky boy, man. Amari Williams and Qb Brea, that's who stood out to me on the defensive end, just for the simple fact that they had some spectacular blocks. Amari Williams, he was beating them off the glass. 2 or 3 of them I seen. Pinned some people off the glass. That's what we like to see happen down there. Rim protection. We need that for sure. And Qb Brea being actually bigger than what he is perceived to be, because he's a good 6'6", a good 6'7". Don't quote me on that, respectfully. But he has some good blocks too, and it's always good to see that out of a guard or a small forward, or whatever you want to call it. I look at him as a 2 guard, to my understanding. So even though, it was over Brown University, I'm not going to call them a weaker opponent because they are 7-4 in a different type of division or whatnot. We needed that game. We needed a refresh to remind ourselves of the identity of who we are. Mark Pope. There is definitely hope in Pope all the time. But reason being, on my end, Here's my take, because we got the SEC play coming up. Conference play is right here on the tee of things. And hopefully we can knock it off the tee. You dig what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of competition in the SEC this year. I believe just about every team is ranked. Just about every school is ranked. And this first game coming up against the Florida Gators, there's no exception to that. And we got them coming up at Rupp Arena. They're a very nice, talented ball team. They're tall. They're lanky. They can play. And they're undefeated. Just to throw that out there. And us standing at 10th in the nation, that's a good spot for us. So I feel like it's not too high, not too low. You know what I mean? I said I was going to compare us against to Arkansas, but I'm not ready for that comparison yet. I'm going to wait a little bit. And I don't really like doing too much comparisons. And it's just hard for me to focus on Arkansas basketball. You know what I mean? I don't got time to be doing that. You know what I mean? So we'll just see what happens between the two. But yo, BBN, we here. Let's see what we could do. Brandon Garrison even hit a triple tonight. That's always good to see because they're going to leave him open. They don't believe he's going to be a crazy threat out there when he gets the ball on the perimeter, whenever they got that swing motion going, when he's standing and he's waiting for the guards and he's waiting for Jackson Robinson or whoever to swing around and see what he has offensively or the back door. And they're going to leave him open in that situation a lot of times. So I know that our program is prepared for him to be ready to take that shot. And he hit one tonight. He also chipped in 5 rebounds. So shout out to Brandon Garrison. What's promised from him is always good energy. And he's always willing just to play his role, man, just to be a very well defender and to be a nice rebounder and a great teammate, you know what I mean? And to score whenever it causes to be, whenever you let the game come to you. That's the big thing. Let the game come to you. So, with that being said, I'm not going to talk y'all ear off too much right now. But yo, stay locked in with me. I love y'all. Man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, tap into the comments. Show me some love. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And yo, Happy New Year, everybody. Let's get the business.
Yo, let's get the business.